Yo, still over here. Let's make this big. Boom. Slideshow. So in our last video, we discussed the Golgi body, which is located right here, folded membrane. We talked about how that processes, sorts, and ships out the proteins that were derived from the ribosomes that the nucleolus sent out to the rough ER and then over to the Golgi body through vesicles, and then through vesicles, those proteins are then shipped inside of the cell or outside of the cell. Now we're going to talk about stuff that goes inside and outside of the cell, but we're going to talk about it in terms of another spherical model here, which isn't necessarily the case, but it is easy for us. We're going to talk about lysosomes. Okay, so the term lyse in science literally is derived from a word that means to cut. Okay, and so we're just like you have ribosomes that's dealing with tiny microscopic kind of cellular organisms. You have lyso or cutting organisms. Okay, so let's just keep that in mind. Now, also make sure you're kind of looking around down here, and you can kind of tell and see where and who or which one of these cells, prokaryotic, eukaryotic cells, have the lysosomes. Now, as we'll discuss here in a minute, that's a little bit up for grabs, but we'll talk about it. So lysosomes, what are their structure? The structure of a lysosome is that it contains enzymes. Enzymes are used for breaking things down, like the protein enzyme that is like in our mouth that breaks down food to help us digest them, right? To help us digest that food. Lysosomes contain enzymes that break things or cut things down, right? So the structure is that it contains enzymes. Its job is to break down dead stuff, food, bacteria, old parts of the cell. So you have this cutting organelle that is kind of like the garbage man of the cell. So it breaks down dead stuff in the cell that's died off, decaying, food, bacterias, and it breaks them down. And it can do programmed cell death as well, which is this big word right here, apoptosis, right? So, but really all I'm wanting us to understand about a lysosome for right now is that its structure is that it contains enzymes, and its job is to break down dead stuff, food, bacteria, old parts of the cell. Now, which ones of these cells have lysosomes? Well, right off the bat, you're going to notice something, that an animal cell, eukaryotic animal cell, has lysosomes, right? You see this lysosome right here. Now, this right here is the general consensus, okay? The general consensus is that plant cells do not, nor do prokaryotic cells. But there are some scientists that do believe that plant cells do have lysosomes in them. But for us, let's just go ahead and state that animal cells only. That's tough for me to say inside of science in general, but for testing purposes, animal cells only have lysosomes. So lysosomes, summary, contain enzymes that break things down, dead stuff, food, bacteria, old parts of the cell, and then they make that available for release. So they get rid of the bad things, lysosomes. Hopefully that helps.